Well, I'm going to say good evening to everybody, but I see I have one slight technical snafu. Let me see if I can correct that real quick. There we go. Wasn't expecting that coloration difference right there. I want to welcome everybody to the Jackery show tonight. Now, I'm going to be talking about a few little things before we go full board into this show. First and foremost, PC Phil, welcome. Second, this whole show is sponsored by Jackery, but this whole show is powered by Jackery tonight. So, with that being said, the cameras are powered by Jackery power stations. The computer is powered by Jackery power stations. I'm taking a risk by running my whole PC off of a power station on tonight's show. Now, I cannot show the power station that's plugged into it because of where it's sitting, but do know that it is plugged into a 2000 power station. Now, it is fully charged. I hope it will last this whole show. It should. But hey, we're going to try this. Lois, thank you for joining us. Phil, what's up, buddy? Now, guys, we have a bunch of very amazing deals for you today and today with this. That's actually kind of cool. We have that banner that's going to be circling around down there with the 1000 V2s for a great deal. You're also going to see that beautiful 5% discount code for everything over $1,500 purchase. You're also going to see, I believe, a 2000 V2 as well on top of that with a nice little discount code for you guys with that. Yeah, so I decided to plug it in to test it tonight. I think we should be able to get through a full hour show with no problem. It's showing me I have about 3 hours of runtime on the power station with it. So I'm going to go with it. Now, with that being said, you guys remember last week we had this beautiful little table set up just like this, but we also had this amazing other camera over here just like that. Now, that, of course, is that newer power station. That power station's actually running the 2 Keystone lights that are sitting over here. It's also running the very beautiful little wireless camera, but I haven't powered into it. I'm using the original 2000. So the original 2000 is actually plugged into my gaming PC. We are attempting to run it through this whole show. It's only saying I'm using about 400 watts of power. So, hey, that's not a lot of power to be using for an hour. So we're going to try. I guess when I start gaming, it kicks up more power and it chews through it. But we're going to go with that. So, kind of cool. If you guys haven't seen, that's the new 5000. That 5000 is actually running the Keystone lights. It's also running the OBSBot Tail Air camera. So we actually have that camera sitting down low to show you guys that in action. So we're using a bunch of different power stations tonight. I have another, I believe it's the 1500 over here running some more Keystone lights and some stuff. So, hey, why not try it if we got it? Now we're going to get this story going and this show on the road. We're actually going to pop over. We're going to, drop off that beautiful camera. We're going to come back over here to this. We're going to start this show off with the 100 plus power station. Now, the 100 plus power station is actually on sale for about $89 today, which is a great deal. Now, the 100 plus is a nice little mini power station that packs quite a wallop. This little beauty right here. 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps. With that also being said, this is a 2-pound package, so it's actually nice, lightweight, and compact. What's even better with that is it actually can be taken on an airplane, so it's TSA approved, so it can go past that checkpoint. Now, with 99 watt hours of power, it can be fully charged in under 2 hours without a problem. I'm going to tell you about an hour and a half, you're fully charged, you're good to go. It does come with the USB-C, the USB-C cable. That's a 100 watt pass-through cable for you guys with that. You're also going to get the DC plug with the USB-C port so you can connect up a solar panel as well. Now on the front you do have 2 USB-C ports. Those USB-C ports are going to do 100 watts pass-through charging capability and a USB-A 18 watt port with that. Now on top of that you're also going to have that nice little power button, of course, to show you guys the battery level with this. Runtime's gonna vary, so that's gonna kind of cool. Welcome. Hey, Rachel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Runtimes will vary with this device. Now, what I can actually tell you is and I can show it to you with that being on hand. This is actually a really nice, beautiful little piece that fell off a shelf the other day. Uh, Things happen, you know. You get a lot of product, a lot of different shelves to set stuff on. And my wife was in the decorating mood, as you guys can see. She put a Christmas tree up. She was getting to the Christmas tree decorations, and she knocked this over. It took the fall. It's totally perfectly fine. It has no issues, no problems, and it works just perfectly. Now, with it, 4.5 hours on a Nintendo Switch runtime with this. You should be able to charge your iPhone about 6 times with it. That's actually kind of cool. Now, you guys can run Keystone lights for a lot longer. Those are going to be about 3-watt light bulbs. You guys can run pretty much anything that has USB-C or USB-A. But at $89 price point, it's actually a really, really amazing deal for that. Now, what I can tell you, though, is I do realize that there's one little mark on this little piece. I don't know if you guys can see that little gap. That, of course, is from my wife dropping it. I will actually pop the case open and put it closed a little later. It didn't hurt it. It still works perfectly fine. Yeah, run, Phil, run. Sheila's here. You know what? We can't. We gotta hide. Sheila's a bossy one. Sheila's bossy. So, great little piece, $89, guys. Smoking deal, perfectly set. Nice little small lightweight package that's going to do well for a lot of you. So, if you guys need, $99. I'm a 20. You guys are funny. Now, remember, guys, there are a bunch of deals today. The 1000 V2 by itself, you guys can get it up to about 50% off for about $403.07. We also have the 1000 V2 and 200-watt solar panel. I believe there's a discount code for that to get it about $697. Now, if you really want, go for the 2000 V2 and get that about 46% off at an $809 price tag, which is really beautifully well done. What's even better is I actually did some videos for the 1000 V2 today. I had the Christmas trees powered up by it. You guys are funny. All right, let's go to the 240 V2. Since we're talking about version 2s, right? Version 2s are really kind of cool. They're beautifully well done, of course, with that, guys. The 240 V2, what does V2 mean? Version 2. So they're moving away from the original versions, and when they're making, of course, new ones. And, of course, with that, we're going to show you guys the 240 V2. Now, this is a really nice one. This is about 28% off. It's $179 tonight, which is a great deal. 256 watt-hours of power in this little package. Now, of course, my chair just moved on me, and we're going to just fight that in a second. 256 watt-hours of power in an 8-pound package, which is actually beautifully well done. Now, you do have an AC outlet, a 3-prong American-style plug that's going to allow you to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 600 if need be. Now, you do have 2 USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt in and out port. The other is a USB-C 15 watts. I think, actually, this one's 15 watts. I forget which one it was. The 300, it's like 18 watts. So 15 watts, of course, output only, and then 15 watts of the USB-A port. Then you also have that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug and, of course, a flashlight. Now, with this, of course, you guys just power it up and turn it on, and the screen will come on for you with that on hand. And if you guys want to turn the flashlight on, just turn that flashlight on by pressing it, and, of course, goes into 2 different modes. Now, to shut it off, of course, hold it down and it'll power off that flashlight, and you don't have to worry about it, which is kind of cool. Again, if you want to power the station off, just hold that down. Now, with the 240 V2, it's got Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 means you guys can have it fully charged in super emergency charge mode in a 1-hour charge rate. Now, that's actually beautifully well done. If you want under 2 hours on, of course, the USB-C port to charge this as well, and that's still a quick charger. Now, with, of course, the amount of power you're going to have, it can run like a Bluetooth speaker for 16 hours. That's going to be like a 10-watt Bluetooth speaker. You can do 4 or 5 drone batteries. You guys can run your laptop for about 3 times. Or if you really want to, charge about 12 cell phone batteries. Now, it does have, of course, a nice little handle right here to carry it around if you really want to. And, of course, beautiful orange carrying cooling areas holes. It also has, of course, the 3-prong wall plug to actually charge it. So if you guys want to do the wall style with that nice large orange 3-prong computer cable, it's got it. Now, Class 9 drop protection, of course, with it. I can actually tell you I've been testing the drop protection, not on purpose, but they've been dropping, so it does happen. Really cool little piece. By itself, $179. You guys can run your Wi-Fi modem and router off this, a CPAP machine. CPAP machine's not going to give you a full night's stay, though. It's maybe 4.5 hours or 5 hours on this one. So, really cool little piece. Now, if you want it, though, we have it by itself, or we have it with the Mini 40 solar panel. Now, the Mini 40 solar panel, I'm just going to give you guys a quick glance at it. We'll get more in depth with it a little bit. This is the Mini 40 solar panel. 40 watts of connectability, of course, fully waterproof, water resistant with IP60, IP68 water resistant rating, which is kind of cool. Has a magnetic class. It's about the size of a 3-ring binder. This package deals at 29% off tonight. It's $249. Put it together, it's under 11 pounds, and you guys have a great hiking, camping, or all-around usage of a device for you. So this is going to do well if you guys need the station by itself or with the solar panel. They got you covered tonight. They really, really do. So is everybody getting ready for all of the Black Friday shopping and stuff, guys? I will tell you, we're going to be doing a lot of streams over here. We have multiple days of shows that we're going to be doing 2 shows a day and multiple hours long too, which is going to be fun. You're shopping deals already. Look. And I'm shopping hiccups. Hiccups, I tell you. Hydrate. All right, let's talk about the 300 then. All right, we got the Jackery Explorer 300. Now, this is 293 watt-hours of power in, of course, original housing shell. Now, with you got that fixed handle, that beautiful fixed handle, and that beautiful Jackery logo that matches my shirt. Of course, you guys are going to have 2 AC outlets on the front. Now, with the 2 AC outlets, you guys are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 500 for you on this one. Now, with it being said, guys, you're going to actually have a nice deal with this one. It's originally about $259. It's $199 today. Now, with that being said, this is where it's going to get kind of cool. 293 watt-hours of power, single AC outlet, but it has dual USB-A ports. You also have one USB-C port. That USB-C port is a 60-watt in and out port. You're also going to have that 12-volt 10-amp DC plug over here, cigarette lighter style. And you're going to have the round DC input port, the way you're going to charge it on it, whether it be your wall plug, your cigarette car lighter, or solar panel. With this, still under 8 pounds of weight, which is kind of cool. Has silicone pads on the bottom. Now, this one's going to take a little bit longer to charge, about 3 hours or so. I think it's like 3.5 hours of charge time to fully charge this off a wall plug by itself. It's a little over 3.5 hours on a cigarette car lighter, but if you want to use the wall plug and, of course, the USB-C port on the 300, 2 hours fully charged, you're good to go. If you have a 100-watt solar panel, 4.5 hours is where it's going to be at. Now, you guys could do a Nintendo Switch runtime about 40 hours off of this, or 15 to 16 DSLR batteries. It's actually a good runtime right there. Now, the better cool thing is to do like a mini cooler for 4.5 hours. Your laptop for a little over 4 hours, depending on the laptop and the size of that laptop. Your flat screen TV, like that big one back there, guys, 4.5 hours is where it's going to be on this little package. Now, it's a beautiful little one. Still has that Class 9 drop protection. Pretty much can be carried anywhere. Even your little kids could carry this around with them on a hiking, camping trip, or carry it around like a boom box if you guys just want to add like that. This is kind of cool. I like this. This is a beautiful little piece, amazing little option. Of course, all of the fixed handle, the original technology, still has a pretty decent quick charge time, but it's going to allow you to run that. Now, the 300 will allow you to run a CPAP machine without, let me repeat, without the actual heating tube for a little over 7.5 hours. If you have the heating tube, you're going to get about 6 hours of runtime with that. So really cool little piece, awesome option at a great price point of $199. You can't go wrong with that. So if you guys are looking, the 300 right there for you. Now we do have, I believe, if we pop over to the table, the 500 down here that we're going to actually get into and talk about. So let's see, can we get the camera to move? We can. So the 500 is actually right in the middle of the table right there. This is a 13-pound package. Now at 13 pounds, you're going to have 518 watt hours of power in a device of this size. It's actually quite small. Now with this, you have a flashlight on the side. It has the original fixed housing. It does have one AC outlet that does 500 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak a little over that if you need to be. Now with it, 3 USB-A ports that are going to do 5 volt 2.4 amps. You also have 12 volt 10 amps DC plugs. You also have an input port above those DC plugs. With this though, you're going to have about 5.5 hours of a charge rate on a wall plug to fully charge this device. Again, that's the same time it's going to take to charge inside your car, about 5.5 hours or so. If you have a 100 watt solar panel, 7.5 hours fully charged the 500 with. Now you guys can run your flat screen TV for about 7 hours. You guys can do a mini cooler for about 9 hours, or the laptop a little bit, like 30 hours or so. Now the variations of this, guys, you guys could do like the if you go camping, hiking, and other things, you can run an air pump to inflate your air mattresses or inflatable rafts for about 8 hours of runtime. The electric blanket, a little under 4 hours, which is still very decently well done for you guys. 500 is actually a great price point of $298 tonight, and actually will do quite well. I like it. The original technology is beautifully well done. Now we're going to get into, of course, the product that is on sale tonight. This is, of course, the exclusive deals for you guys on this table. Now, if I pop over and we guys go to, of course, the top of the table, you're going to notice some stations. We're actually going to go right there, and we're going to zoom on in, and we're going to hope that, well, we're out of whack. So we're going to try and zoom in a little more. This is the 1000 V2. Now, the 1000 V2 is 1,070 watt hours of power. It's 43% off if you buy it straight from Amazon if you want. Now, what I can tell you, though, is if you guys use the code that we have over here, you're going to get this device for $403.07. You heard me right, $403.07 with the code. Now, 1,070 watt hours of power is a lot of power. You're going to have 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power and can peak at 3,000 if you need. Now, this does have, of course, 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. Now, if I zoom on in, you guys are going to see those ports there a little bit better. Down below, it's got an 18-watt USB-A port, and above it, it's got a 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. On the opposite side of the 12-volt plug, you're going to see a flashlight that does do multiple modes. Can be accessed with the app. The app is Android-based and iOS-based, so your Apple users or your Android users have access to this app. That's kind of cool. Now, then you'll pair it up and connect it up to the device if you need. What's happening tonight now? We're showing some stations. We're also powering this show by a Jackery power station. I have the original 2000 running my my gaming PC to do this show tonight. So we're going to see if we can get through a whole show without any issues. Other than that, we got some other power stations running some cameras, some lighting, and all that other stuff. But we're talking about the 1000 V2. It was actually on a limited time deal. It also has a discount code if you guys want to use the discount code, which is actually a great deal. Now, by itself, it's got 3 AC outlets. It's going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 3,000. That means you guys can run, of course, a window AC off of this device for about an hour of runtime. Now, flashlights, connectabilities, portabilities. It's actually only approximately 20 plus pounds, so it is still lightweight. Now, it has Charge Shield 2.0, which is going to allow you to do emergency supercharging mode to get it fully charged in 1 hour charge time. Now, do note that if you guys do that supercharging mode, You have to go into the app and actually turn that on. If you do not do that, you're going to have standard fast charging capability of under 2 hours. If you guys use solar panels, of course, guys, if you have, let's say, two 200-watt solar panels, you have this fully charged in 3 hours of time. Now, 1,070 watt-hours of power means you guys can run projectors, coffee makers, space heaters, crock pots, your Instapots, your rice cookers, and everything in between. Maybe you guys want to run your router for a week. You can do that. Microwave about 47 minutes. We tested the 2000 V2 out earlier with the microwave as well. It was kind of fun. Your heated blanket's about 12 hours. For those of you that want the Starlink to actually run, anywhere from 10 hours to 29 hours, depending on if it's the small variation or, of course, the larger Starlink for you. Laptop, 14 hours or so, 20 drone batteries or 70 phone 4 batteries off of the 1000 V2 by itself. It is amazing, amazing package. And like I said, it's about 23.4 or 23.8 pounds on this one. So good, of course, amount of size and, of course, accessibility with this. It's going to be definitely built to last, of course, with that class. I believe this one's class 10 protection, which is even better. 10-year battery life at 4,000 charge cycles. Anything over that. The coupon code for the 2000 brings it. The coupon code is for the 2000 V2, and it should bring you down to, I believe, I can't remember what the price is. Should be, I think, $809.06. So, are you on the original 2000, the 2000 Plus, or the 2000 V2? Because it has to be version 2. So like I said, the Explorer 1000 V2 does have a code if you guys want, or you guys can get it with, of course, a solar panel. We do have that in the carousel as well. It's going to be the 1000 V2 and the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panel. That's actually coming in around $749, but there's, of course, a code for that. That's going to give it to you about $697 for that. So yeah, Michael, you, are you on the right station? So that's what I would check. Make sure it's on the proper actual station for you. Ottershine, what's up, buddy? Super hot in here tonight, guys. You bought three? Sheesh, Sheila. Calm down there. So both variations, guys, by itself or with solar panels is going to do well for you guys tonight. Now, what we're going to talk about is the 2000 V2. Now, it's an $899 price tag normally. Right now, it's actually 40% off already, so that's a really good limited deal. We also have it with a discount code, which is going to bring down the price a little more for you. We're going to pop over here. We're going to drop down to the bottom of the table. We're going to be like, hey, it's over here. It's right there. Now, we're going to move some stuff. We're going to zoom on in, and we're going to wonder why the actual zoom went too far. We're just going to back it up a little. Let's move the station. That is the 2000 V2. Now, this is version 2 of the 2000. I have the original 2000 running my computer right now. Now, the 2000 V2 gives a little more power, 2,042 watt-hours of power. Also makes it a LiFePO 4 cell system. Now, with this, it actually has, of course, multiple AC outlet plugs. You actually have 3 of those at 2,200 watts of pure sound wave power, but can peak at 4,400 if need be. Now, with it, it is already 40% off, but there's a discount code that we have for you as well. With it, it's got what's called cell-to-body technology. So cell-to-body technology means it actually has the product inside its body, which is going to ensure like shearing, and of course, it's going to make sure that it doesn't swell, and it's going to also reduce the size of the actual device to make it even more compact than the original, which is kind of cool. Does, of course, and can be charged fully in 1 hour. It's not actually 1 hour. I think it's like 1.5 hours with the app on emergency supercharging. If you're using standard AC charging, it's about 2 hours of time. Now, like I said, you're going to have enough battery to run a bunch of stuff. You have the 3 AC outlets. You also have 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, and of course the 12-volt 10 amp plug. Now with this, like I said, guys, you can run it with the app. And if I pull up the app, let's make sure I have the app logged in. And we're going to turn on the flashlight for you. So right there, we're going to go high beam, turn the flashlight on just by activating the app if I want to. I can drop the design, or I can go into SOS pattern. To shut it off, you'll just literally tap that version with that. Now it's going to show you, of course, the battery range and, of course, temperature up there in the actual screen. It's also going to allow you to do, of course, energy saving mode, battery settings, charging settings, and, of course, auto off time. So right now it's set after 2 hours, but you can set it all the way up to 24 hours or never if you wanted to. That's kind of cool with that. It's also going to show you guys the serial numbers and everything else in between on the app for you guys to run pretty much all of the newer systems, including the Pluses, V2s, and of course the actual bigger 3000 Pro. 2000 V2 by itself is a phenomenal price point of $899. Guys, use that code that we have for you tonight to drop it down some more. Now, if you wanted to, though, guys, you could get the 2000 V2 with, of course, 2 of the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panels for approximately $1,599. Now, because it's over the $1,500, you guys can use that 5% discount code in the carousel or in that banner to get 5% off of that purchase price, which is a great deal. Those solar panels are actually beautifully well done, and if you have 2 of those, it's going to allow you to fully charge this device in about 5.5 hours. That's a great amount of time and a great amount of usage. So you've got both variations and can be done very, very well. Now with it, we're going to pop up here on the table. We're going to talk about, of course, the 3000 that's actually sitting back there. Now that 3000 is an amazing little piece for all of you. 1 second, everybody. It looks like my camera just actually flashed off. I forgot to plug the camera on. All right, we're good. We're good. I did not plug that camera in all the way. So we're going to talk about the 3000 Pro. Now, this is, of course, their largest standalone system. What does standalone mean? Doesn't mean it can't actually add batteries. So the 3000 Pro is that big, beautiful 64-pone package on, of course, the lighting ring that's connected to it. Let's zoom on in and we can actually pull on a little closer for you guys with this. Now, 3,024 watt hours of power in this device for you guys. Now, 3,024 watt hours of power is going to give you the station and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. This is going to come in around $2,199. Can use, of course, that discount code. Because it is 64 pounds of weight, they thought about it, they added some large wheels. The wheels are going to allow you to, of course, tip it over and roll it around like it's a suitcase, and that's actually kind of cool. It also has a telescopic aluminum handle that can be folded up and put away in the back of the casing with that, and that's even better. Now, because it is so heavy, they put 2 large 3-inch wheels on it. They also put that a telescopic aluminum handle to roll it around on grass, concrete, dirt, even, of course, sand. But sand, it's going to sink in sand. I'm just going to be honest with you. Had it sink in with that on that. Now, fully charged in about 2.5 hours. It's got 5 AC outlets. Now, the 5 AC outlets are, of course, 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at, of course, 6,000. That means with the 3,024 watt hours of power, you guys can run a TIG or MIG welder for a little over hour runtime. Now, what's even better is, guys, you can, of course, say you have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max, 2 USB-A ports at 15 watts max, and, of course, that NEMO plug on the side. Now, the NEMO plug is, of course, a 120 plug. It's not 240 on this variation. 2.5 hours fully charged with it on a wall plug, or 3.5 hours if you actually had 6 of these solar panels. It's coming with 2 of them, so you have that. You should be able to run 1150 watt 10,000 BTU window AC for approximately 3 hours, or a 520 watt refrigerator for about 5 hours, or that flat screen TV for a little over 35 hours of runtime. This is a great piece that's going to do well for you if you guys are like on doing RV trips, off the grid living, DIY, or home backup. It's got a lot of different variations because of the size of the plugs. The plugs are going to do very well. If it's a toaster oven that runs about 800 watts, about 3 hours. If you guys want to do like the movie projector, about 21 hours. Gaming consoles, a little over 10 hours, depending on the gaming console that you're using. Tigger MIG welder, a little over an hour, or of course your lawnmower / weed eater can be run for approximately 2.5 to 3 hours. It's a great runtime, and it does come with, of course, the solar panels. Normally, it's like a $4,000 to $1,000 price tag. It's at $21.99 tonight, which is a smoking deal. Now, with it being over $1,500, of course, you guys can use that discount code on that 3000 system and save yourself a little dinero. Oh, one sec, everybody. Just had something fly in my eye. Now, we're going to move on to, of course, the 300 Plus. Still a very good option. Let's see here. I know I have it. This is the 3000 Plus. No, not 3000 Plus. 300 Plus. Now, the 300 Plus, of course, is going to switch camera views so we can actually see this. This is an 8-pound package. It does, of course, have the LifeFlow batteries. It also has a handle. On the front, you have one AC outlet. That AC outlet's going to do, of course, 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 600. You have two USB-C ports, one USB-A port. The USB-C port, 100 watt in and out, and of course 15 watt out. Then you have, of course, 15 watt input, and of course the 12 volt 10 amp plug. Again, has a flashlight you can use from the app or just on the device itself. 288 watt hours power, fully charged in under 2 hours without a problem. This is actually going to be able to charge in approximately an hour and a half to hour and 3/4 for you. With that, of course, you guys are going to be able to run a Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours. Again, 5 to 6 drone batteries. This is going to have a nice versatility and great usability. It's a limited time deal, of course, $236. That's a 21% savings of the product by itself. Now, if you really wanted to, grab the 300 Plus with, of course, the Mini 40 solar panel. Now, that is going to be this 12-inch tall, 10-inch long, and a half-inch thick solar panel. Fully waterproof and water resistant for those of you that need to have that waterproof and water resistance. This is actually a great piece, IP68 rating. Of course, with that, it's going to do 40 watts of charging, of course, for you guys, and it is a nice, compact, and portable deal. I like this one. So if you guys need 300 Plus, it's kind of cool. Now, I'm going to put that actually back because we're going to talk about some things you guys can run with this. Like I said, 1.5 hours on a wall plug, 2.5 to 3 hours on the USB-C port. If you guys have, of course, that Mini 40 solar panel, you guys will be able to run it and have it charged in about 7.5 hours. Wide variety of uses, from the laptop for 3 hours to your drone for 5 hours or your house fan for 45 or 4.5 hours. It's actually really cool. And of course, you could use it for more. Your mini fridge, your 90 watt mini fridge, 2.5 hours. Your DSLR batteries, 12 times. It's going to also vary on those batteries because, let's be honest, not every battery is the exact same. 22 hours on, of course, that flashlight on the front. 15.5 hours for the Wi-Fi router so you guys can keep in contact with people while surfing the web. If you guys need 300 Plus or 300 Plus with solar panel, that's an amazing, amazing deal for you. Any questions, guys? Tiger, Tigger. No, not Tiger. Tig. Tig welder, buddy. Tig, not Tigger. Geez, you should know what a TIG welder is. Do you not know what a TIG welder is? It's a gas-operated welding machine, buddy. TIG or MIGs. On the picture that describes the hours, it says 7 hours of fridge or... for which one? The 3000 Pro, Angelica? If you're talking about the 3000 Pro, I can kind of go back into that a little. So the variation of the 3000 Pro and what it can actually run for the amount of time. So like on the 3000 Pro, you should get about 5 hours of runtime with a 520 watt. The one that is solar and stacks. that would be either the 2000 plus or the 5000. So the 1000 we haven't gotten to yet. So the 1000 plus does stack batteries as well. So does the 2000 plus, and of course now the 5000. So it's really, so yeah, the 2000 plus system is going to depend on how many batteries you actually add. If it's by itself and you're trying to run a 520 watt double door refrigerator, you're going to get a little less than that. It's not going to give you 7 hours with the fridge. And I'm going to stop there and kind of go in a little more explanation. You may get 5 hours or less with it. You may get more. It just depends. It's going to depend on if it's a standard 520 watt refrigerator. It's also going to depend on if it has an ice machine that works all the time. It's also going to depend on if you open the fridge lot or your kids do that. So, yeah, there's a bunch of different variations with it. The 2000, of course, is that station right there. Now, I loaned the 1500 to my buddy. He actually got over 7 hours with the 1500. Now, I can tell you, though, it is a standard double door refrigerator. It's not a smart refrigerator. It also does not have an ice machine. It's just a standard refrigerator. He lives by himself, doesn't open it a lot, so I'm sure that's why he got more runtime with that. Well, tell your dad to weld me up some stuff. I need some amp racks, buddy. Yeah, so it's really going to vary depending on the actual station, the amount of the power that's being pulled in and out. May be able to have this fridge plus other things. Yes, you definitely can plug in multiple devices into that product. You'll be able, it's 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 6,000. So it can run a 5,800 watt welding machine for about a half an hour by itself. You add the battery, it's going to actually double that runtime. You add another battery, you can have up to 5 batteries with that, which is kind of cool. If you want a system that's going to run for a longer amount of time and can do a lot more, I'm going to tell you to, let's see if I can pop over here. Let's grab this and let's do this. So that is going to be the 5000. So that's the 5000 plus system. That is their newer one that's going to release on, I believe, the 14th, if I can remember correctly. So the station itself is in pre-order. This is going to be all the way up to 30 kilowatts of hour power by itself. Paired up with the second one, have over 60 kilowatts of hour power. The 5000 plus also has, of course, 4 3-prong American plugs on the front. That's going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 14,400 watts. So it's going to allow you to do that. This one also has, of course, 220 volt plug and a 120 volt plug, NEMA style plugs on the side. It also has a battery junction connector. It also is going to allow and does have 0 milliseconds of switchover. So like the 3000 Pro, the 2000 Plus, and all the others, it's got a 20 millisecond. The 5000 has a 0 millisecond switchover. That means you have it plugged in. You don't have to wait for it to switch over. It keeps everything running completely fine. So that's the 5000 Plus. That's a new one. I'm going to definitely recommend that. I've actually been using it quite a bit. Tonight we have it running, of course, a camera and some other stuff for you guys. So really cool options. Oh, yeah, no problem. I can go more in depth with both of these as we go. We're just, we're kind of showing some other things. If you want to talk more about the 5000 or the 2000 Plus, I'm more than willing to, jump over a few of the other stations and show you those. So I definitely can do that. That's why I'm talking about this one. This is actually their newest version. I will tell you it weighs about 134 pounds by itself. Has a lot of technologies built in. But if you are actually looking for, let's say, let's drop that off. Let's go over to, so that's the 2000 that you were looking at. That has the battery sitting above it. That's going to double the battery and the runtime of everything you have connected into it. The 2000 Plus system will actually allow you to have 5 batteries. When you have 5 different batteries, it's 12 kilowatts of hour power. It has 4 of your standard 3-prong American plugs. It's got, of course, uh, that fifth NEMA plug, of course, which is larger. It's got 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, 12-volt 10-amp DC cigarette lighter plug as well. Running temperature is going to be down to about -4 degrees. Anything else than that, and it's not that great. Brother Ben, I'm not sure who Brother Ben is, but hello, Sarah. How are you doing? Oh, you're Sarah's brother, Ben. You're on Sarah's account. Gotcha. Now, of course, with the 2000 plus system right here, which is kind of cool, it's a 2-hour charge time by itself. It does allow for 6 solar panels of the 200-watt solar panels. The battery also allows for 6 solar panels as well. They are fully linked, fully adjustable. Now, the cool part is if you want to, you guys can run in parallel to 2000 plus systems, and you can actually add 10 batteries. With that, you're going to be up to about 24 kilowatts of hour power with that. So it's a really amazing piece with that one. And of course, with the 5000 plus, guys, we can pop this over and go back over to that. That's the 5000 plus. Now, I will actually get up and kind of show you guys some more of the plugs. It does have, of course, these nice large handles that's going to allow you to roll it around. With it on the side, you guys are going to see, of course, the NEMA plugs. You have the 2 of these different NEMA plugs. You're also going to have the relay switches, and you're going to have the AC extender as well. Now, large 3-inch wheels on the back. It's got 2 casters on the front. The front casters actually lock in place. Now, the 5000 system, this system's a little different than in some of the others that they have. The 5000 system is actually going to allow you to run it in what's like low pass solar panels, which is going to be like up to the 500 watt solar panel, or you guys can go with the high pass solar panel, which is going to allow you to run those large fixed solar panels that are on your house. So it can actually do that, which is kind of cool with the 5000. The 5000 by itself is like $3,499, which is actually a great deal by itself. It's just one of those things. It gets released, I think, on the 14th or 15th of November. So if you pre-purchase it, it will get dropped. It will be released on those days, which is kind of cool. So any questions about the 4000 kit or the 2000 plus or the 5000, definitely ask. We can get into it. This one, though, really cool because of the 0 millisecond delay. You have it literally plugged into the house. You lose power, it's going to kick over instantly. You don't have to worry about it shutting down. Like if you're in the middle of writing an essay, you're not going to lose all the computer work with it. So that's where it's kind of cool. Now with it, of course, guys, we can get a little more into it. You can do like, let's say you can connect it up with the whole house via ATS accessory. You can also connect it up via inlet box, or you can use the what's called the manual transfer switch. Now, with that being said, those 3 connections on the 5000 plus will need to be installed by an electrician. So if you're not an electrician, definitely get an electrician to do that. Now, the capacity by itself, of course, should be able to run your whole house for about a day off the 5 kilowatts of hour power. If you want, though, you guys can add up to 30 kilowatts of hour power with the batteries. With those batteries, you're going to be able to run that house for approximately 3 to 4 days. If you want, run it in parallel with the second one and add up to 60 kilowatts of hour power and run that for about a week runtime, depending on what this. Now, Wi-Fi connectability, which is going to be great for you guys' home networks. This is going to be kind of good for like even, you know, like the fish people that like to do the aquariums. To keep your aquariums running when power goes out is a really, really big thing. This will allow you to do that because, of course, it has that 0 delay switchover. You don't have to worry about it. It's got a lot of connectability with it. Now, cool part is you guys could use the NEMA L14-30. You guys could use the NEMA 14-50 with it. Or, of course, the smart transfer switch. Still has a telescopic handle on the back, so you guys can lift it up, tip it over, and roll it around with it on hand. Very easy, very convenient. The only downfall is like I said, 134 pounds. You know, right on. You know, an electrician. Very, very cool. Bunch of great technologies. I love the new 5000s, guys. And of course, by itself, like I said, $3,499. We have that 5% code you guys could use to get another 5% off of that. There is, if I can remember correctly, I think it's there's already a $1,000 clippable coupon on Amazon, so you guys get that price point with that 1,000 clippable coupon. That's going to be, I think, with the solar panels and of course the switch over panel. So that's where that price point is. By itself, $34.99. So great deal. Now, that's what we're talking about right there. This is going to allow you to run your window ACs, your Tigger MIG welders, your house washers, and dryers without a problem. This is going to run everything. You even have a plug where you guys can even connect up to, let's say, like your EV car. Now, a lot of us are not going to charge our EV cars with that, but it can do it. It does have the adapter plug for it. So, I like it. It's a great piece. Now, charging time, like I said, about one and a half to 2 hours. Fast charging mode by itself if you need. 120 volt, 240 volt, you know, dual voltages, very versatile, very great. Still has Charge Shield 2.0 built in, app controls. It's going to allow you to do what's called home energy management system with this one. The dual voltage output, which is, of course, beautifully well done. Connectabilities with this. Let's just go here. The 5 kilowatt base by itself should be able to run your 1150 watt window AC for a little over 4.5 hours. It's going to allow you to run like your central air conditioner for about 2 hours. That's going to be your non-window ACs. It can also do like your washer and dryer for about 3 hours, your refrigerator for over 4 hours, not a problem. 2 days with the flat screen TV or 10 hours with, of course, a heater. It's a great, great piece. Another cool part is, guys, connect it up and run it, and you have all of the accessibilities with it on hand. So, kind of cool. I believe up next is, we're going to go into this. So, we're still talking about the 5000. So, I'm going to do a product page right here. And that's because this is the next kit that's up for sale. This is the Jackery Explorer Generator 5000 power station. It's also going to come with 2 of the 500 watt solar panels and, of course, the smart transfer switch. Now, you guys can actually see the smart transfer switch right here, which is kind of cool. This is a really, really cool piece. It does come, of course, with the connectors to connect it up to the station. It's going to come with those 2 solar panels, which are actually really nice. And, of course, there's those casters that we were talking about a minute ago. Now, that price is going to be a little bit different. It's like $4,299 for this one, which is a great deal for it. And, of course, the solar panels. For those of you that need the solar panels. So you have the options right there. Now you also have the option of getting the 5000 plus and of course the beautiful transfer station or just solar panels by itself. You can pick and choose. Another product is just getting the transfer switch. Now the transfer switch is just $1,699. So you guys can buy it by itself, or you can do that package deal, save yourself some money, get solar panels, get the station, and of course the transfer switch at a great price point, that's your transfer switch. The transfer switch, of course, is going to have right there your OK button, your errors, your AC2s, your ground loop light, and your AC1s. This is going to have dual connectability outputs for you. Power button, of course, connects on and resumes at a switch of a button, which is beautifully well done. So, kind of cool with that. So, that's the 5000, guys. Now, like I said, you guys can get the 5000 with, of course, by itself or with other devices. Now, we talked about the 2000, we talked about the 5000, so let's go back and actually talk about the 1000 plus system. Now, the 1000 plus system is actually a really beautifully well done system. Let me grab the 1000 plus over on my side and talk about this one. So we're going to swap cameras. We're going to close that one off. And we're going to talk about the 1000 plus, which is actually a really amazing, amazing camera. or station. Now the 1000 plus is and can add batteries, so that's the 1000 plus right there. Now by itself, $649. It's a 24% savings tonight. Now with it, 1264 watt hours of power in a device of this size. It is 32 pounds. Very, very lightweight compared to like the 3000 Pro or 2000 Plus system. Now with it, it has 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets are going to do 2000 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 600 for you if need be. Where it's kind of cool. Under 2 hours, fully charged with no problem, no questions asked, it's going to get there. You have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max and 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max as well. Now it has a flashlight and of course a cigarette lighter plug. The station by itself is $645, which is a great deal. It's like 24% savings. But you can get the station and of course with 2 solar panels for $929. Now those solar panels of course are going to be the 2 Solar Saga 100 watt panels. That's a 38% savings with the 1000 plus system. Now we also have the 1000 plus kit. Now the 1000 plus kit's kind of cool. It's the battery sitting above it. It's also the station down below, and of course 2 solar panels. You're going to get 2,528 watt hours of power in a beautiful package of this size. Now with that being said, you can add up to 3 batteries total to give you a lot more power with that. Or you can run it in parallel with the second 2000 or one. No, you can't run this with one. This is 3 batteries. 3 batteries for 5 kilowatts of hour power. I got ahead of myself, was thinking different stations. He said it again, Tigger. Tigger. I did not say Tigger. I could bounce around like Tigger, buddy. Bounce around like Tigger. Alright. 2,528 watt hours of power with the battery of this style and connectability, or 5 over 5 kilowatts of hour power with this. Now, where it's going to be kind of cool is because it does do 2,000 watts of pure sine wave power through the 3 AC outlets, 4,000 watt max. You guys could still plug in your electric griddles, your microwaves, your TVs, and all of those other pieces with this product. It's going to do very, very well. Add 3 batteries total for 5,056 watt hours of power. You guys can reach out to, of course, your utility company. Ask them about the clean energy program and see if you actually if you qualify for the tax credit program. So that's what the 1000 plus system is going to do for you at $13.99 for the full kit. It's an amazing, amazing one. I love the 1000 plus. All right, now we're going to talk about solar panels because we're getting towards the end of our show. We're going to start this off with, I believe it's the 500 watt solar panel. Now, when it comes in stock, I will have it here on hand to actually show you guys. So that's where it's going to get kind of cool. We're going to say product page, and we're going to talk about this. This is the 500 watt 500X. Now, the 500 watt 500X has actually got 6 panels. Now, those 6 panels are bifacial, so it can charge from both sides. IP68 rating, so you guys have that nice, beautiful waterproof rating, so it can be used out in harsh and wet weather, which is actually very, very amazingly well done with that. Now, some other cool pieces: 6 panels, fully foldable, and of course under 10 pounds of weight. If you guys know anything about the 21 or the 2000 or the 200, it is 21 pounds, so it's a little over 21 pounds for that solar panel. Solar panel is a little bit long, so do know that. It's going to actually do about 25% efficiency in converting light, even in low light settings. This solar panel can work all the way down to minus 40 degrees with that, so do know that it can actually handle that on hand. Your station, not so much. It's a really cool, I love this option, and that's why I'm showing you guys what it looks like in different variations for this. Really, really a nice little piece right there, so definitely check it out if you guys are looking for something like that. For some reason, you guys weren't seeing the solar panel, were you? And nobody caught it? Phil, you're in trouble. You guys weren't even seeing the solar panel. This is this. I was just going on and on and on about this beautiful solar panel. And it's all right. No one caught it. I was just going on about it. I was literally flipping through the pages, just showing it off. I just forgot to unmute the screen. Woo! It's been a long day. Yeah. It's definitely been a long day. So let's pop this over. Let's kind of show you guys this. So you're going to have 6 of the 85 watt panels on this to give you over 500 watts of connectability. Really cool piece. This is going to work well with the 5000 perfectly well. It's going to allow you to, of course, get that charge in there where you need it. I love the bifacial. I love the way it folds up and looks like an accordion. It's going to do, of course, a great conversion rate for you. It does come with the carrying bag, and you don't have to worry about it. So, 500X solar panel at $999. I need to recommend. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You better start getting them. Better start getting them. All right. $99 solar panel, the Mini 40. Now, the Mini 40 we talked about a few different times, comes in package deal. This is an IP68 water rating, fully waterproof, water resistant, and of course has this beautiful glass that magnetically sticks at closed. Now, it of course is in gray and orange colorway, and it has these nice eye ringlets to tie it down. Now, this is a trifold design. Now, this trifold design, of course, it's 3 panels that pop out to be 4. Now, these 4 panels are approximately 40 inches long, 12 inches tall by a ½ inch thick. This is a really cool piece on hand. Now, monocrystalline solar cells, which is going to do very well in converting, of course, light to power, approximately 23.5% efficiency. Now, super thin, super agile, can be taken pretty much anywhere. This is a really nice one for you guys with that. So, really kind of cool piece. I like that it can actually fold and be put away. This is amazing. Now, we're going to get into the 100-watt solar panel range. Tonight, I did not tell you, but we kind of skipped over the 600 plus. The 600 plus is back in stock tonight, guys. So you do have the option to get the 600 plus or the 600 plus with that new 100-watt solar panel. Now remember, that solar panel, of course, is only with the 600 plus. This is that bifacial design, of course, monocrystalline solar cells. This is going to become with that 600 plus. Really amazing piece. Now we have the 100-watt Solar Saga. The 100-watt Solar Saga is the original Solar Saga. It's going to work with the 100 plus power station all the way up to the 1500 Pro. It is a bifacial style design. Does of course have kickstands, large kickstands, ETFE laminated handle, and of course magnets that hold it closed. Now you guys can watch this. So magnetically sticks and closes. On the back side, you're going to have this nice little zippered pocket. The zippered pocket's going to pop open, and when you're going to be greeted with a 9.5-foot cable with an 8020 plug and a 7909 adapter, so you can connect it up to pretty much whatever solar station you want. Now with it, you also have a USB-C port and a USB-A port to charge phones or small devices straight off of this. I like that idea. Now, monocrystalline solar cells, which means you guys can use it in harsh and wet weather to grab, of course, all of that light. Now, let's see if we can actually try and grab some light for you guys to kind of see the reflection. So right there, guys, you guys can see all those lights. That's how it's going to convert that light to power. So with this, well, 2 drops, it's in here. Knock it off, guys, knock it off. This is a cool one. I like the 100-watt panel. Great little panel, great price point. So if you guys are looking for one of these, definitely check it out. It's worth having. Now we also have one more 100-watt panel that's actually in the carousel. This is what's called the 100 Prime. Now the 100 Prime is actually a nice fixed panel that's going to do well for a lot of people. Now, fixed handle, aluminum housing. It does come with all the hardware to actually mount it. This is the 100 Prime panel. Now, this, of course, is the back side. It's a bifacial design. Has a metal, of course, housing all the way out, and has preset holes so you guys can mount this to the hood of your car or the roof of your motorhome, your house, your RV, your shed. Now, on the front, you're going to see, of course, the original glass. This is that monocrystalline solar cell for you with it. Fixed, does not fold, has to be mounted or put away or used with it. Now it does come with, of course, this nice and beautiful long cable. This 9.5-foot cable does, of course, have the 80/20 plug, but it also pops off and it has the Anderson clip. Now the Anderson clip means you guys can actually Y-split it and add multiple panels to your fixings with this. This is the 100 prime. This is a new panel as well for them. I like that one. Very modular, perfectly well done for those of you that want to mount it to, of course, fixtures and places. Now, before we get on to the last product, remember, guys, we have discount codes for you guys tonight on the 1000 V2, the 1000 V2 with solar panels, or the 2000 V2. If you don't purchase those products, anything over $1,500 has, of course, that option to use that 5% clippable code. So let's talk about their largest solar panel, the 200-watt Solar Saga. Now, the 200-watt Solar Saga is actually 32% off tonight. It's a $474 price tag. Now, if we move over to this, we actually have a media source of me installing it and using it. Now, the 200-watt Solar Saga is a 21-pound device. This 21-pound device does come with, of course, a zipped up and, of course, snapped shut carrying case. This carrying case, of course, is beautifully well done to actually allow you to travel with it or put it away when not in use. Now, it is a trifold design with 3 kickstands that's going to allow you to set it up in under 30 seconds of time if you're not me. Of course, I'm doing a video, so it's going to take me a lot longer. I have not learned the ways of the short video. Now, 24% efficiency in converting light to, of course, power. That's actually beautifully well done. This is a beautiful station that will work with, of course, the 600 Plus, the 1000 V2. It will work with, of course, the 2000 V2, the 2000, the 2000 Pro, the 3000 Pro, the 1500 Pro stations. Now, waterproof, water resistant with the 68 waterproof rating means you can use it in harsh and wet weather. It does come with a 9.5-foot cable. This is an amazing piece. When folded all the way out, it's about 55 inches or longer, with that being said. It's going to do about 200 watts of power at 18 volts for you guys when you're converting that power. So it's going to do well for a lot of different people. And right here, I'm going to turn on the power switch of the 3000 Pro. I'm going to then come over and grab the camera, walk over within 10 seconds, and it's already grabbing about 152 to 153 watts of power. If you allow it to sit there a little longer, I'm sure it's going to get way over that as long as it's nice and sunny out. It's an amazing piece, does very well. $474 is a great price point for that solar panel. So really great option if you're looking for a solar panel like that. Now, before we go, we're going to go back one more time because this is such a new product. I want to show it to you guys one more time. This is, of course, well, if I could get it to pop up, let's do this, the 5000 power station. So this is the 5000 plus station. Now, the 5000 plus station, we have it in the carousel in different variations. The station by itself is $3,499. It will be released November 15th. If you put it in, of course, the carousel to purchase it today, use, of course, that 5% clippable coupon or that 5% code to get 5% off of it. Now, it has nice, large 3-inch wheels and, of course, two front casters that have locking mechanisms so it can actually lock in place. This is going to do and does have 5,040 watt hours of power. It's got 4 AC outlets. That's going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 14,400 watts. Now, expandability all the way up to about 30 kilowatts of hour power by itself. You guys can actually do 2 of these stations and add multiple batteries to 60 kilowatts of hour power. With just 5 kilowatts of power, you should be able to run your house for about a day. With, of course, 60 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run it for about 7 days or more, depending on the device you're using. Now, by itself, like I said, $3,499 is a great price point. If you want it with, of course, let's say the solar panels, it's going to be a little bit more. So with the single solar panel, about $4,299. If you want it with, of course, 2 solar panels and the transfer switch, $5,999, or use the $100 clippable coupon to bring it down a little more. Now, of course, because it'd be over that, $1,500 range, you guys can use that discount code. So this is an amazing one. Now, I'm going to show you guys one more time with this because you haven't seen the handle. Now, the handle is right back here, and of course, it can pull up and out, and it's going to allow you to tip it and roll this device without a problem. Does come with the user manual. It's also going to come with, of course, the charging cable and a transfer switch and, of course, a wrench. This is going to allow you to connect the high pass solar panels to the station. So, 5,000 plus, guys. Definitely, you're gonna want to get this. That new puppy is, of course, a beautiful, beautiful piece of technology. So, that's what we got, guys. Any questions about any of these products tonight? Oh. I don't see any questions. So, with that being said, guys, don't forget those discount codes. Don't forget to give a follow. Hit that live notification button, and you're going to see a bunch more of us. I'm back here on the 15th. So, we'll be back here on the 15th, the 18th, and the 20th. The 20th on, we're going to be here, I think, multiple times a day for about 4 hours a day. So, 4 hours a show twice a day. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that with us. And I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. And we'll see you guys on the next show. Have a great night, everybody. See you later.